are approaching the holiday travel season, and if you're planning to fly with your pooch, there are some very important things you want to know before you even book a flight. Bobby Laurie and Galen David, also known as the Savvy Stews, are here with Fergie. Nice to have you.
Thanks for having us back.
Oh, it's good to have you here. My gosh, I think that toy is bigger than Fergie.
It probably
I'm telling
is.
you, she's all set up for her holiday travel.
Look at that.
Yes.
Is that the cutest thing? Okay, so folks should know, you are the flight attendant experts. I mean,
Yes.
you guys, this is your job. You guys know how this works. A lot of people, more so now, are flying with their dogs.
They are. But they're forgetting to tell the airline in advance.
Okay, so let's talk about this. You can't just show up at the
No.
airport with your dog and say, okay, I'm going to fly. Let's start with the basics of what you need to know before you even book your flight.
Right. Well, actually, it is the process of booking your flight.
Okay.
You need to tell the airline that you're taking your pet with you. You can't just show up with your pet and expect it to get on the airplane.
Right.
Unless you have an emotional support animal and you have a letter from the doctor saying that you need the pet in order to fly.
But something very important is that you have to get your pet ready too. Emotionally, when you get a new pet, it's great to get them used to traveling, even if it's around town.
Right.
And they're used to being social and so forth. And take them around in the car, in their carrier that you need to get.
So that they're used to it.
Exactly,
And they're comfortable.
exactly.
Let's back up just even one more step. Do you have to go to your vet and get any kind of paperwork from the vet to prove to the airline that your
No.
dog has had a rabies shot and all that kind of stuff?
If you're going internationally, yes.
Okay.
But domestically, no.
Domestically, you're
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you need to tell the airline. It's probably going to cost you a little bit, right?
Yeah, the fees range from $75 to $125 each way.
Depending on the airline.
Correct.
Yes.
Each way, so that's something to consider.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so now you've, Fergie's licking your hand. So you booked your plane ticket, you're gonna go get on your flight. If you're gonna take a small dog, let's start with the small dogs, they can fit under your seat. Is there a weight limitation for taking a small dog?
No, they want to be sure that your dogs can fit comfortably in the carrier.
And that the carrier will fit under
Will
the
fit
seat.
underneath the
You're
seat.
not putting your dog in the overhead
So
compartment, folks.
13 inches.
Not at all.
You have to be 13 inches high on the carrier or lower so that it can fit up underneath the seat.
Okay.
And actually, if you have two pets that can fit comfortably in,
Then you're okay.
because Fergie, you see, she
Yes.
could accommodate a friend in here.
She's a little teacup, yes.
Yes. So you can go ahead and she's got all of her things in here that make her comfortable. She's got her little pink blanket and her toy, so she's ready to travel like
There's
that.
also
Looks
this.
more comfortable than most of the airline seats
Oh.
as well, so.
Exactly.
Can I tell you about something?
Rescue remedy, yeah.
They ask me all the time, do you tranquilize your dog? And Fergie doesn't. I don't give her tranquilizers, and I wouldn't recommend that.
Right.
This is a a natural remedy, this rescue remedy. And what's good about this is it's not based on the weight of the dog, the dosage.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to base it on the weight of the dog. It's based on the level of anxiety, sort of like wine is for us. so it's a great little thing.
So that's great to give your pets so it kind of mellows them out. If you have a
flight.
larger dog, they'll need to go into the cargo hold, right? And it's definitely something you want to consider if you're going to be flying with a pet.
Yeah.
Yes.
If
and-
it's a larger dog, yes. I mean,
And the airlines restrict the times of year that you can travel with your dog because of the weather outside and so forth. In the summer, they really restrict it because
Right.
there've
Sure.
been pet deaths.
Absolutely. Okay, a couple of things I want to point out before we have to wrap this up.
Right.
First of all, what if you want to take your pet out on the plane? Are you allowed to put your pet in your lap?
only if it's an emotional support animal and you have that documentation.
Okay, what if your puppy needs a potty break? How
know
do you
what?
handle that?
Fergie is exceptional because she does hold it all the way across the country and she does not want to go. But I would say if you're making a connection, make your reservation so that you have enough time during that connection to go outside the airport and get back through security, just in case it's more comfortable for the pet. And also carry wee-wee pads in the pocket and take it to the family restroom and put it down on the ground for a few minutes and see if your pet needs to relieve
Sure.
itself during that time. And one last thing, this is a little mixing bottle that I bring along, and it has a medicine dropper, and I use that just so that I can give her a little taste of water. She's not
I
going
was
to take
just
it
going
right
to ask
now.
about water.
Yeah.
No, she's made her bed in there. She's
Yeah,
ready to go
she's
to
Yes.
sleep. But so that you can just give her a little bit of water so
Little
that she
taste
doesn't
of water.
have too much. So
Yeah,
that she does have to
she's
go
not parched.
And
you
don't
know?
forget,
Yeah.
pet travel, a lot of it goes back to also what hotel you're staying at. Not all hotels are pet friendly.
Really important
So
to point that out, yeah.
make sure when you're doing your search, you're finding a pet-friendly hotel. And we found that there's this website called Trivago.com that actually has a search filter for only pet-friendly hotels. It'll display you all the results and tell you what website you can find the cheapest rate on.
Love
so this
that.
way the hotel's ready for your pet and you when you get there.
Very
So no
important.
surprises.
Okay, you can tell that Bobby and Galen have a ton of tips. And no, seriously, some great stuff from you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So if you'd like to learn more from Bobby and Galen, you can check out their website, savvystews.com, SAVVY. We'll be right back.